You have $847 in checking, and technically that's money. You know it's money. The number is right there, but it doesn't feel like money. It feels like oxygen, like the last bit of air in a room that keeps getting smaller every time something unexpected happens. A car repair, a medical bill, a slow month, a family situation that didn't ask permission before arriving. And suddenly the $847 is gone, and you're back to zero, and the month hasn't even finished yet. So you do what you've always done. You work a little harder. You save a little. You tell yourself next month is the month you finally get ahead. And next month comes, and next month goes, and the hole looks exactly the same as it did before. Here's what nobody tells you about that hole. It's not a money problem. It's a threshold problem. And the threshold is $10,000. Not because $10,000 makes you rich. It doesn't. Not because $10,000 solves everything. It won't. But because $10,000 is the specific number where money stops feeling like oxygen and starts feeling like a tool. And that one shift changes everything downstream. The psychology nobody explains. When you have nothing saved, your brain operates in defense mode around the clock. You check prices constantly. You avoid opening bills. You feel guilty buying groceries. You stay in jobs that disrespect you because you need the next paycheck too badly to risk losing it. You say yes to things you don't want to do because no isn't something you can currently afford. And the worst part isn't the stress. The worst part is what the stress does to your decisions. Financial panic makes your brain short-term. You stop asking what's the best decision for my future and start asking, what gets me through this Thursday? And that's the trap. That's how people end up on credit cards, bad loans, underpaid work, delayed repairs that become expensive repairs, and problems ignored until they become crises. The first $10,000 doesn't just add money. It removes panic. And panic, it turns out, is one of the most expensive things a person can carry. The math of two people. Imagine two people, same income, same monthly expenses, same life. One has $300 saved. The other has $10,000. Both get hit with a $1,200 car repair on a Wednesday morning. For the first person, this is a disaster. The repair goes on a credit card at 20% interest. Minimum payments stretch it out. That $1,200 quietly becomes significantly more expensive over the following months. It's not just a car repair anymore. It's a monthly payment. It's stress. It's another reason there's nothing left to save next month. For the second person, the same repair is annoying. Nobody is celebrating at the mechanic, but it's not a crisis. They pay it. The balance drops from $10,000 to $8,800. Then they rebuild it. Same Wednesday, completely different life. That's not a wealth gap. That's a threshold gap. The same emergency stays the size it actually is for one person and expands to fill every available corner of the other person's life. That's what $10,000 buys. Not things, options. And when you have no options, every problem gets more expensive than it needed to be. What $10,000 actually is. Don't think of it as one pile of money. Think of it in 3 layers. The first layer is your emergency shield. The first $1,000 to $2,000. This is the money that stops small problems from becoming debt. Car repairs, broken phones, urgent situations that don't ask if it's a good time. This layer exists so that the unexpected stays inconvenient instead of becoming catastrophic. The second layer is your stability fund, roughly $3,000 to $6,000. 1 to 2 months of real expenses, rent, food, utilities, transport. This layer gives you something more valuable than money. It gives you time. Time to think before you decide. Time to look before you leap. Time to say, wait, is this actually a good opportunity, or am I just desperate enough to convince myself it is? The third layer is where it gets interesting. The money above your emergency baseline. Because once you have stability, your brain can finally look forward instead of sideways. You can take the course. You can negotiate the raise. You can leave the job that's been slowly draining you. You can invest consistently without panic selling the first time the market has a bad week. This layer doesn't just protect you, it positions you. Most people think of $10,000 as a savings goal. It's actually a launchpad, how it changes the way you work. When you have nothing saved, your job has too much power over you. Your boss can disrespect your time. Your hours can change without warning. Your pay can feel wrong. And you stay anyway, because the next paycheck isn't optional. When you have $10,000, something shifts in how you carry yourself. You're not reckless. You're not walking into work like you own the building, but you're calmer. You can negotiate. You can look for better. You can survive a gap between jobs if the right opportunity requires one. And that calm is worth more than it sounds. Because desperation is visible. Employers notice it. Clients notice it. Opportunities notice it. And when you're desperate, you accept less than you're worth, which keeps you exactly where you are. The first $10,000 doesn't just change your bank account. It changes what you're willing to settle for. The danger after $10,000. Now here's the part most people skip. The moment some people see 5 figures in their account, something happens. The brain says, you deserve a vacation. Upgrade the phone. Finally get the thing you've been wanting. You earn this. And look, money should improve your life. That's not the argument. The argument is timing. The first $10,000 is a foundation. You wouldn't build the foundation of a house and then remove half of it to buy a couch. That's what people do with savings. They build stability, then they spend the stability, then they wonder why they still feel behind. This is why the first $10,000 needs a rule attached to it. Once it's there, it becomes boring money. Not vacation money, not reward money, not I saw something online money. Boring, quiet, stable money. And boring money is what keeps your life from being interesting for the wrong reasons. How to actually get there. Pick a real number, not a motivational number, a real one. If you can save $250 a month, $10,000 takes about 40 months. If you can save $500, it takes 20. If you can save $1,000, it takes 10. None of those timelines feel exciting. That's the point. The people who build the first $10,000 aren't the ones who find a way to make saving feel thrilling. They're the ones who keep going when it doesn't. Automate it. The moment income arrives, move money into savings before you have a chance to redirect it. Money without a destination gets spent. Give it a destination before the week does. Separate the account. Don't keep your emergency fund in the same account you buy coffee with. That's like keeping your medication next to the snacks and being surprised when you reach for the wrong thing. Put it somewhere slightly inconvenient, not inaccessible, just not one tap away from Thursday night. And use every windfall with intention. Tax returns, bonuses, freelance income, side money. Most people use windfalls to upgrade their lifestyle. You should use them to upgrade your foundation. One $1,000 bonus can compress months of progress into a single week. 2 friends, 1 number. 2 people, same income, same city, same monthly expenses. One saves $500 a month without exception. The other keeps saying he'll start when things settle down. 6 months later, one has $3,000. The other has a slightly more comfortable recent past and nothing behind him. Then a car breaks. Same car, same repair, same Wednesday morning. One pays cash. Annoying, done, rebuilding by Friday. The other puts it on a card and carries it for the next 8 months in payments and interest, which is exactly why there's nothing left to save this month or next month or the month after that. Same income, different system. That's the whole story. 20 months later, the one who saved reaches $10,000. And he is different, not because the number is magic, because he proved something to himself. He proved he could set a number and reach it. He proved emergencies don't have to destroy him. He proved he has options. And once you prove you can save $10,000, $20,000 starts feeling like a plan instead of a fantasy. Investing starts feeling possible. Building something starts feeling like a real conversation you're allowed to be in. The first $10,000 doesn't make you rich overnight. It makes you harder to break. Before $10,000, money is defense. After $10,000, money becomes offense. Before, you're reacting. After, you're planning. Before, you're avoiding disaster. After, you're pursuing something. That shift doesn't come from earning more. It comes from having enough stability to make better decisions consistently over time. And that's where wealth actually starts. Not with a windfall, not with a viral moment, not with the right investment at the right time, with a Thursday that goes wrong and doesn't take you down with it. That's what $10,000 Island. And right now, somewhere, someone is one unexpected bill away from starting over. They don't need to become perfect. They don't need to save it all this month. They just need to decide that the next dollar saved is the first brick of something that eventually becomes harder to knock down than anything life has thrown at them so far. The foundation doesn't look like much when you're building it. It never does. That's how you know it's working.